the kind of marriage where a lot of things went unsaid or unspoken, or did you feel a sense of intimacy and connection that you could ask him anything?
I honestly can tell you that it was every sense a normal marriage, and everything was spoken. And you know, in the middle of the night, if he needed to wake up and tell me and bounce something off me and wake me up and want to, you know, talk, or if there was trouble, or I mean,
Was he
if it
having
was
trouble
great.
sleeping then?
Yes, he was like a little gnome. I used to tell him he was like a gnome running around the room because it was hard for me to sleep. A lot of times I couldn't sleep either if he wasn't sleeping. So he would be, I just hear him piddling, and, you know, it was a bit endearing. But then, and I didn't mind it. But he did have a hard time sleeping, yes.
Did you feel like you were, in many ways, a nurturer, caretaker for him?
Very much. And I really loved that role, and I loved taking care of him. It was the highest point of my life. One of the very highest points of my life was when things were going really well, and he and I were united together, and he and I had an understanding about some of the people and things that could go on around him. And he was with me on those things, and we were a unit. And I could take care of him, and in spite of what some people speculated while I was with him, that I wanted a career or that I was trying to do something, was absolute BS. I've never been comfortable being front and center, honestly. Don't like attention on me. Loved being next to him and taking care of him. I was on such a high doing that, that I don't, you know, that it was a very profound time in my life. So it wasn't anything, it was real as far as that goes.
I heard you said to the producers that being with him was some of the highest highs for you, as you just described, and also the lowest lows.
Yes.
What was the lowest low?
The lowest was, you know, again, when I talk about him, I now, in retrospect, want to make very clear that I understand him now more than I ever did. So when I speak about him, I can speak about him with understanding, and it's all good now. For some reason, I don't know what happens when someone passes away, and this is what's come of it, but I've come to have all this love again and understanding for him, and I don't know why it had to take all that to have this happen. That upsets me a bit, but
Because were you angry with him before?
I was angry.
You were angry with him when you left the marriage?
I was very angry. I was so angry because I felt that we were so united, and then at some point he pushed me out.
Why did the marriage end?
There was a very profound point in the marriage when he had to make a decision. Was it the drugs and the sort of vampires, or me? And he pushed me away.
Vampires?
Meaning people that are sort of spiders, vampires.
Sycophant sucking his blood?
Sycophants, yeah. Yes.
So you saw that all around him?
Oh, God, yes. Yes.